go out there and play with Flex because it needs some love. OS 9 and Nitrous 9 have enough love already. Heck, they even have their own trash can. Hi everyone, today I have a big announcement. Today I'm announcing the general availability of Color Computer Flex 5.0.4 from Frank Hogg Labs. And I've done a lot of work to get to this point, and now I'm ready to share this with everybody. I'm going to go over what's contained here in the announcement so that you can see what's there and get the general idea. And then I'm going to go straight into demos, both on XRoar and also on one of my real CoCos. So now for the announcement. The Flex single-user operating system, initially released by technical system consultants in 1978, was the most widely adopted operating system for Motorola 6800 and 6809 systems. Flex has a large catalog of applications, including word processors, spreadsheets, general business applications, and many editors, assemblers, tools, and programming languages. Frank Hogg Laboratory brought Flex to the color computer in 1982, almost a year before Microware's OS 9 came to the CoCo in 1983. Flex was largely forgotten in favor of the more powerful and flexible OS 9. While not completely lost in the modern age, the existing versions available in the archives were not runnable. Today, Obsolete Computer Systems is happy to announce the general availability of the newly restored Color Computer Flex from Frank Hogg Laboratory. These have been imaged from physical disks in the Obsolete Computer Systems, that's Mikey's collection, and restored to formats which are usable for CoCo users in the 21st century, including the XRoar emulator, on a real CoCo with a CoCo SDC or Floppy Drive, or even right in your web browser. So this is what I have to announce today, that I have made this available for everybody. Okay, so let's go over what else is in this announcement. So for a quick start, there's a few different things going on here. Firstly, as was demonstrated on the CoCo Nation show last week, you can go to my website flex.ocs.net and you can click on the link and run a live demo. I'm going to show this after I go through all of these things. So if you want to run it on your own, in your own emulator, on your own computer, or on a physical machine, you need to actually download it. I have a link here to the Internet Archive. At the time of recording this video, it is not available on the Color Computer Archive. I hope it will be there shortly as well. Now that you've downloaded the zip file and unpacked it, now we can move on to actually using it. So if you want to run with the XRoar emulator on your own machine, you need to make sure that you have XRoar version 1.4 or later. You need to set up XRoar to run as a regular CoCo, not as a Dragon. And from the zip file, you need to take the DMK image and not any of the others. And you attach the DMK image to XRoar as drive 1. You power it up and you type run flex. CoCo SDC is pretty similar to XRoar, except this time you use the SDF disk images. You put those on your SD card, and then you can run Flex. If you want to use physical disks, I have provided the SCP Flux images, which I created with my Grease Weasel, and you can use those to write out new floppies. Both 5.25 and 3.5 would work if you have those attached to your real CoCo. And the last thing under Quick Start is I have a few additional software packages available. I'm not going to go over these today, but we have a disk of color utilities, an editor disk, and also an extended basic from TSC themselves. So those are also available for download. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the Quick Start. It's pretty simple. You can either use XRoar or CoCo SDC and download the images, put them on there, and you should be good to go. Next, I'm going to demonstrate my website, flex.ocs.net, which was shown on the CoCo Nation last week. So when you go to the site, it's just a pretty dead simple website. I have the downloads available here as well from my own website if you want those. But if you want the live demo, you click the first link that says demo. So this actually runs XRoar right in your web browser. And in order to start the demo, you just click this button that says Start Flex. XRoar will automatically reboot as a CoCo. The disk will automatically be downloaded and attached, and then it will start up to load Flex. And here we go. As usual, we type the date. It's now June. I was going to type May. Haha. Ah, looks like I didn't type that properly. Let's try this again. Okay, that looks good this time. It should be loading up. And there it is. June 8th, 19123. Awesome. Date. Oh, need some Y2K. But here's the basic demo. And of course, if you want to get a directory, you type cat. I want to show one other thing here. If you want to bring up the XRoar controls, you can click the button that says show or hide, and then you can attach different disks or eject disks and change all the other XRoar settings here. Okay, so that's the live demo that runs right in your web browser. So the next thing from my announcement is running with XRoar. I want to note that you do need to have XRoar 1.4 or later. I do not recommend using a version prior to this. So to get XRoar, you of course go to 6809.org.uk and you go to XRoar, and the latest version that's available here is 1.4.1. So that's later than 1.4, you're good. You just download the Windows version, Linux, whatever, download XRoar. So that's your emulator that you're going to be using. Now how about the software? When you open the Internet Archive page, the first thing you see is this picture of the floppy disk. This is the physical disk that I imaged and I have in my own collection. If you watched some of my previous videos, I said there was some controversy about trying to find an original master. Even though I have this physical disk and I made the image of it using my grease weasel, this disk is not an original master. You cannot use this disk to create new disks, but it is a bootable and fully functional disk. So I went ahead and imaged that. These are the notes for it, basically explaining that I have 3 different versions of it. The SCP image is the original Flux image directly from the floppy disk. I converted that to DMK image so that you can use an XRoar. And here's the SDF image, which you would use on the CoCo SDC. We'll show that later, because we're talking about XRoar right now. So to download this, you can basically click right here where it says zip. You can just click the download link, and that'll download it right to your computer. And you can go ahead and open that up and look at it, which we'll do in a moment. Before I leave the web browser, I'm going to briefly show some of the other discs. In my collection, I actually had 4 flex discs, and this is the second one, Color Utilities. Unfortunately, we don't have the manual for this one, so I don't actually know what all these utilities do or how to use all of them. If somebody does have the manual for this, that would be nice. Otherwise, I'm going to have to read the source code to figure out what these things are and how they work. But same deal here, you can download it, get the DMK for XRoar or the SDF for CoCo SDC. There's an editor package disk, which is, to be honest, not that exciting. It's just an editor. And another disk that came from the collection, which is interesting, is Extended Basic for 6809. And this is not from Frank Hogg Labs this time. It's from Technical System Consultants themselves. So you can go to the Internet Archive and download these links. They're all right here. Next, I'm going to show how to load this up in XRoar. All right, so I have downloaded the Flex package and unpacked it, and we can see there's the README file we were just looking at. Here's the DMK, SDF, the SCP file, and the PNG, just like the README file says. So, assuming that you have your XRoar already set up and you have all of the ROMs and everything available for it, you can literally start it right up. So here's my XRoar. I haven't really done the configuration here, so we need to go do that. Machine, no, I don't want a Dragon 64. I want to go ahead and set this to, I like using CoCo 2B, but you don't have to. You could use CoCo NTSC or NTSC T1. That's fine. Great. Now we're a CoCo. So we can just attach the disk to this. And I need to find that directory. Which is here. Flex CoCo. Color Flex 5.04 is this one. And we literally just attach this DMK file to drive 1. And we type run flex. If you want to, you can also attach one of the other disks to one of the other drives. This is what it would look like, of course, if you were using a TV. So we can turn off the composite rendering so that we get a black and white screen. All right, I got it right this time. And there we go. Now I'm running Flex inside of XRoar directly on my computer. Okay, so the next thing, I'm going to show this running on real hardware. So let's get over to that. So before we move on, I wanted to first show you the SD card and the SDF files. So this is how it comes out of the zip file. And I have my SD card here, and I have a Flex folder. And notice how these are all 8.3 file name format. The SDF file 504, I've renamed it as FHFLX504.SDF. So these are the same thing. And now that it's on my SD card, I can go over to the real CoCo and show this to you guys. Okay, I have my real CoCo here. Going to go ahead and turn this on. Don't know if this is the absolute latest version of SDCX, but this should be a very recent version. And as I showed before, I have my Flex directory here, with all of my SDF files. The one which we were looking at before was Flex 504, and we can literally go here and say run Flex Basic. And yes, have CoCo VGA, so I can click the button over here to get rid of this wonderful artifacting. Yay! And type the date wrong again. And now we're running this on real CoCo, real physical hardware, just like in the emulator. So this is my big announcement for today. I've posted these on the Internet Archive, and maybe someday soon they will also be on the Color Computer Archive, but you can use the DMK file in XRoar and the SDF file on your CoCo SDC, and now Flex has been restored to where we can use it in the 21st century. So this is my video for you guys today. Now let's just run this thing. Show the little graphic on the screen. Yeah, that's fun. Alright everybody, go out there and play with Flex, because it needs some love. OS 9 and Nitrous 9 have enough love already. Heck, they even have their own trash can. Alright everyone, bye for now.